I started pastoring in the States in 2003 when my wife and I arrived from England and were tasked to pick up the Royal House Fellowship here and transform into a church. I mean, when I started pastoring, I was quite young, very zealous, very ambitious.
Talking has never been his problem. He was very aggressive. He can talk with gestures, anointing, deliverance. The first day he entered the church, he made sure he took over the church.
Our church was growing very fast. We used to be in the basement, to another basement.
What amazed me is that we were having convention in that room. And Apostle General will come in from Ghana and he'll be preaching to us as if he's preaching to thousands of people. For me, that was very amazing. And Reverend Emmanuel will come in and also add his voice to it that one day we'll be a multitude, we'll be a large church, we'll be on television. And I sit down and I look, I said, how is that going to be?
I prayed and commissioned Reverend Emmanuel to take over a small church that had just begun here in Maryland, in Silver Spring. I have seen him as a very committed person, very passionate about the things of God, very loyal, faithful, humble, respectful, intelligent. But to be honest with you, that he could achieve the things that he has achieved within this space of time, I wouldn't say I doubted, but at least expected.
Little did I know that you were going to take after your father. In terms of character, you were number one. I never heard any negative reports about you. You served the vision during Christian services days, when you also worked with me from the scholarship department, and then as a youth vice president. The truth is, I never thought you were going to be a man of God. I never thought you were going to be a preacher and to preach.
When we found 3600 East West Highway, we thought the place was so big.
This room could not hold us. In actual fact, it didn't take too long. Our numbers grew exponential. We went from having one service to 2 services to 3 services.
People come to church, their cars are towed, or they get tickets. People were frustrated, people were upset with the church. There was this urgency of us acquiring a property. We had to be renting space, and we spent tens of thousands of dollars every year renting extra space. We had about 5 locations. I couldn't call it our churches. So we had the Sheraton Hotel in Silver Spring. Before it was Crown Plaza. It was called Crown Plaza. We go to also the University of Maryland. And we've been to a number of times to SDA Church in Silver Spring. We've also been to Silver Spring Civic Center. We've also been to Martin's Crosswinds in Greenbelt.
I didn't discourage him at all. He kept pressing on. He knows that God has called him. And I said, I know you can do it because I know you're a brave man. So I'll give you my support. And if you need any help, I'm here to help.
I believe in 2005 when we made the first attempt to purchase a property. So we got a house which was sitting over an acre of land, and we started working on renovating it. But interestingly, as we were advancing in the process, we also discovered that that property was going to be too small for us. The acquisition of Grace2Grace Center was difficult. It was hard. We had a very big hurdle. We couldn't go ahead with the purchase because the property is located on what we call a light industrial zone, where a church will not be allowed. 2 of my leaders and I went to go see the mayor of the city of Laurel to convince the mayor to see what he can do to help us for the church to acquire the property, to have a church, and to be able to have social and community programs. He looked us in the face and he told us You have good programs, but I don't think that we are going to allow a church here. I came to speak to the church, share the vision with the church, tell them the situation. We started fasting, we started prayers, we started negotiations. We had to go for hearings. And I could recall one of the days it was really freezing, and our children and everybody was with us at that hearing. And these hearings were not turning out good either. Then one day, the mayor of the city of Laurel, during the recess time of the hearing, the break time, walked to me and said to me, "Reverend, I think I'm going to help you." That was a breakthrough. In other words, they're going to do something for us that is never done, which is creating a law just for the church that only Royal House Chapel in the whole of the city of Laurel will be able to have a church property in the ICS zone. I must say that the most difficult moment in my ministry was the process of the renovation. Our first contractor failed us. He had to be fired. A second contractor came on board. Wasn't that good either. At one point, I just said to my building committee members, I said to them, "I'm going to micromanage this project." I had to be here from morning to like 11 p.m. supervising work, getting my materials, motivating people to work. Some people started losing confidence. Some were wondering why they give offerings and give tithes and give building fund, and yet we are not moving. We had announced that a convention was going to be held at this property. We had pumped everything we had into this property. We didn't have a venue for our convention. And the last minute, we had to change because a subcontractor messed up somewhere. But for me, even after the convention, things were not going very well.
He was emotionally drained, worried, and I have to step in to encourage him, to be praying with him, and be trusting God.
The property had been 99% completed, and it was empty. You could tell on the face of the church that they were tired. And so we were now left with what we call the finals on the WSSC. So it took us nearly 3 months to be able to get this issue resolved. And I remember the day when we passed the finals for the BSSC. I was in conversation with my architect, and they said to me, "Why don't you just go see the fire marshal? We'll send him a letter, and then we'll see if he can grant you access." So this was a Thursday. And I'm in the office with the fire marshal, and we were talking, and he said, "I'm going to allow you to use the building." And I said, "What?" Like I was talking to myself. Is this real? He said, "Because you passed with the BSSC." So that Friday we go to church. I knew it was coming. My wife knew. 2 of my leaders knew. So I go and prepared my white outfit and my royal house scarf on my neck, and took my text from the book of Exodus, the last meal in the land of Egypt. Then in the middle of my presentation, I now say to them, "Well, tonight will be our last night in this building, which is East Coast Highway. And that from Sunday, we are moving to a church building, Grace2Grace Center in Laurel." The place went ballistic. Rallied the church, made an announcement. We came here on Saturday, moved things around, brought in chairs and flowers and whatever that needs to be done, fixed, vacuum, everything. Wake up in the morning, dress up, take my shower, dress up, pray everything, and come to church. And I couldn't believe that the service was at Grace2Grace Center. I stand on the platform, dream has come to pass. The long-awaited movement to Laurel has happened. Grace2Grace Center is a big property. I mean, from one end of the road to another end of the road, it's 91,000 square feet, sitting on almost 6 acres of land space. And what we've done now is just about 26% of the whole property. So you can imagine the rest of the work that we need to do. But this 26% is even big, it's huge. I want to seize this opportunity to say a big thank you to Almighty God who has brought us this far on this journey. I want to thank the Apostle General of Royal House Chapel International, the Most Reverend Sam Kwanchanka, my father in the Lord, his prayers and his encouragement over the years and throughout this process. Thank you very much, Daddy. I want to say a big thank you to Mama Rita, also her prayers and her intercessions. I want to say a very big thank you to my beloved wife and friend and my partner in ministry, whose prayers, intercessions, she saw my pain, she saw my suffering, she saw the moments, the days I will come home and I'm broken. I love you. Thank you for standing with me. I want to say a big thank you to the team that I have worked with over the years. I want to single out Senior Minister Walter. I want to single out Reverend Eric Ewuku. There are many people who played many roles in the process. Thank you to the people in the church who volunteered their time, the electricians. But also thank you, my congregation. Thank you for believing in me as your leader. Thank you for your giving, your prayer, your patience and endurance. Thank you that together our faith in God has made this possible. I love you. God bless you.
Congratulations, Reverend Emmanuel. You and your wife and the entire leadership of Royal House Chapel, Maryland, now Grace2Grace Center. The Lord has wiped your tears, and the Lord has brought you this great honor, and you have brought also your father and your mother, Mama Rita, and the entire Royal House Chapel worldwide this great honor.
Grace2Grace, this is your day. I've been waiting for today for so long. I believe that out of this, I will see the completion of the oil dome. I believe out of this, I will see the manifestation of the Royal Ladies Hostel. Reverend Imam Mamina, God bless you. You have done so well. Your father and I are so proud of you.
Thank you very much. Now, let the church start.